Sorry guys, my phone shut off. It overheated, which it's hot outside. Dang. But anyways, I got the hub here, and I think I ended on this shaft. No, never mind. Repacking the bearing. So anyways, take this old grease gun. Put another glob of grease in your hand. Anyways, I sort of had this other one. Oh man, I already had a blob of grease. But anyways, that's a lot of grease. So you take this. I'm not a pro at this, but I think I work my way from the skinny end. But anyways, when you pack it, you want to pack it, I guess it's in a forward motion. I don't know. Well, I guess you can pack. But anyways, you just pack it. Man, this is messy. But anyways, yeah, I should be wearing rubber gloves. It's just they melt in my hands because it's so hot outside. Someday we'll have a pole barn. Anyways, you do this and you pack it. Cool, it's starting to come out. Here you go. Let's see here. Try from this way. There we go. Okay, I guess it works better if you go from this way, because it... Alright, cool. Now it's starting to come out really good. It's a beautiful day outside today. It's just so darn hot. You see how it's starting to come out the surface edge there? That's what you want. So you can get all these little bearings in here seated properly. Some people just take it and just put grease on it and think that's good. That's what I used to do when I was little and I started working on these, but as I got older, I started to realize that that's not the case, because the grease wore out really quickly, and this makes it last longer. I wish this was a greasable axle where you just take a grease gun in there, but even if you did have a grease zerk on the end of it, like on the shaft right here, some do, but sometimes if you have a grease gun, people get lazy and just like to grease it. But it's nice to actually go over it fully and pack them in the right way. So wipe all this grease off my hands. So you did that, and I got it down in this race. I took a file and made the races so there's no burrs on them. And this is little dust cap, and these little rubber grommet, or these rubber things. This is in good condition, so that's good. So just take this and then just wipe it off. Just nice and easy. Just press it down in there. You gotta be really careful. Well, I guess you don't have to be really careful, but just wipe all this other stuff off. It's really hard. It's really hard. I don't care what anyone says. It's just really hard to actually manage not to get stuff in here. I'm sure everyone else knows what it's like too, but it's so hard to manage not to get any bit of dust in here. It's because you work around all this stuff. I've been working in stone. I should be working on the asphalt driveway, but the person who parked the trailer here is too smart to move it over there, so just want to lightly go over this. You want to stay away from using anything pointy, because you're gonna okay, that's home all the way. You want to make sure this is home all the way, which when I say home all the way, it means it's pressed down where it's made to go in here. And when I got it off, there was about a 1/4 of an inch showing on this, so I know that's good. So then after you do that, you want to flip it over. Hold on. Oh, man, this thing's heavy as crap. You're going to flip it over. on the rag, and then my hand's still dirty, but you just want to take your hand and get it lubed up in there in that race right there. That's where this bearing sits. These bearings, if anyone ever wants to know, these bearings, you can't mess up by putting them in here, because if you put it in this way, it's not, well, I guess you could, but it's not gonna, you'll know better when you see it, but these races have like a divot. It starts high and it goes low at other angles, so these can push in correctly, like just push down there, which I'll show you in a second. But anyways, back to the old routine. Put grease on my hand. Oh, that's dirty. See what I mean? You gotta make sure you don't want to get that stuff in it. You gotta make sure the end of this little, like right there, you want to make sure you have all your stuff on the end of it. Make sure you want to clean it. All right, got that, and then put another blob of grease. Oh, and this is a 16,000 pound trailer that I'm working on right now. It's actually a good old trailer. I love this trailer. Anyways, you just want to keep going over it. I like greasing the little bearings better. They're a lot easier. Jesus, is messy. I wonder if someone had the brains to make a bearing that doesn't need greased all the time. But I guess they thought of that already. See, like right there, that's what you want, is when it comes out. What I'm doing is, when I'm putting a forward motion right there. I need more on the end of it, but you sort of put a blob. I should have put a blob right here, that way it has longer to travel, but you just want to go, and you just go at a forward motion. You start high, and you just go, and then you're forcing the grease through these. That's what you're doing. See how that's starting to come out? That's what you want. That's good. I'm gonna put a little more in my hand so I can get it a little bit better. That should be good. Take your grease just like this, and it's actually really easy. It's almost like dummy proof to do it, but you just gotta push it like this, force it out. Push, force. Push, force. Push, force. Push, force. And then this, man, this is messy, holy cow. To all you people that work on trailers out there, I gotta give you credit. That's a messy job, but it's pretty fun. I love doing maintenance. I learned maintenance from my dad at a young age. It's pretty fun. I enjoy doing maintenance I enjoy just working outside, because we have an excavating business. Me and my dad do. It's pretty fun. I enjoy it. I like the excavating business because we started it about 4 or 5 years ago. It's called Flat Rock Trucking Excavating. It's just a little dad and son. We have 4 pieces of equipment now. We have a Cat 308, a Cabuco SK200, a Cat 304E, a 308E2, and then a 304E, and then a Cat 289D. Now we have a dump truck, and then pretty soon we're probably gonna be getting a lowboy, because we got that big excavator, that Cabuco. It weighs 47,000 pounds. That's a big excavator. We have a tag trailer behind our dump truck, but it's not that. It's 20 ton. I see people that do it that can haul it on there, but it's pretty sketchy. Unless you're going like half a mile down the road, I wouldn't be scared to. But if you're going a little bit of a far distance, it'd be pretty sketchy. But anyways, I shouldn't put that in there yet. But you set that down because that's already packed. And then you take this. Man, these things weigh I bet this weighs 50 pounds, but you just put it up here. Oh yeah. And you go that. That's on all the way. That's on right there, and then you take your other bearing, push it in right there. You'll feel when it's home all the way. You want to take this little washer. Now these washers, this has its own marking, so you can't mess up putting it in that way. It doesn't turn. Because let's say you're driving down the road and you have your castle nut, and the castle nut's not tight. Well, if you don't have your cotter pin, this washer will turn around. Well, this locking mechanism, you see how it's not a circle? This right here will help it so it doesn't move back and forth. You just slide that over that axle right there, and then you really got to make sure these castle nuts are clean. I'm probably the only one that does, but you got to make sure these clean from like grommet, rocks, and all that, because when you take your dust seal cap off, they tend to get dirty sometimes just by dust in the air, because usually when you take them off, you're always working or something. But anyways, you take this, put over this stud right here. Now the next part is a little bit tricky sometimes. I'm sure there's other ways you can do it, but this works the best for me. It always worked on it. They don't come loose or anything. If someone has a better idea, comment down in the comment section, and I would like to know, because I like learning new things. So you take this, just tighten it up hand tight, and then you take your big old wrench right here. We got these from my great uncle from in West Virginia. That's pretty cool. I tell you what, people love all these snap-on tools nowadays, which I love. I have a lot of DeWalt tools, but they make life easier. But these old Craftsman tools and these old school tools, you can't beat them. You just want to put this on lightly and then back off a quarter of it, or that's just a tiny bit. Just back off. That's right, hold on, I messed up. Alright, there we go. That's properly on there, and you want to make sure this... Okay, that's the brake dragging back there, but you want to make sure there's no side-to-side play or anything, or side-to-side play like that. If anyone hears that noise, that's the brakes dragging. I'm going to get new brakes for this trailer pretty soon, but this is just a temporary, just so it will last. Anyways, you put that on, you want no side-to-side play, you just want to make sure it's good. And you take your pin right here and there's a little, this castle nut. This castle nut has its own ridges where the pin goes through, but you gotta make sure you get, well, here, I better back off. Alright, got that backed off. Now, there it is. Make sure that's clean. You want to put it right through here. Put it right through your circle they give you. Put it on them there. Take your long noses, if I can find them. Where are my long noses at? Well, I guess I can't find them, so I'll just... Can I find them? Well, I guess can't find them. I guess I'll just use these. Anyway, you take these individual ones and bend it. If I can find it. Take that one, then you take the other. Just bend just like a U. I'll tell you what. I hate doing this, but I'm just going to use these little things. If you use these, you got to watch out so you don't cut them, because these things are pretty sharp. Spin that just like you like that. This thing spins freely, so that's good. Like I said, the brake noise, just the brake right there catching or something else. It should be good to go. And then take your dust cap, like right there. This is a good circular one. That's what you want. And just take it and just put it back on. Which is not all the way. But here, there we go. I know what I'm gonna do. I never seen people do this, but I always like it. I just put a little bit of excess grease on the outside, so you don't want to get too much grease in there, or else I've heard that it can blow apart sometimes. Just don't quote me on that, but just put that in there. Take that, take your hammer. Well, I guess take your hammer, Just tap around the edges. And then you'll know it's home all the way when it, you'll know it's home all the way when grease comes out on the outside here. Just wipe that off. And just put it wherever. Then, it should be good to go. That's nice. Like I said, you want to make sure you be really careful not to get any more dust in there than you have to, because it really eats those up over time. I usually repack bearings on a trailer anywhere from 15 to 25,000 miles. Depends on how much you use it. Our Bobcat we haul the Bobcat and Mini on it mostly, and those weigh about 10,000 pounds a piece. So I guess this was rated for 16,000 pounds. So I mean, we're hauling a little bit of weight on there, which it's not the world's most weight, but I just want to make sure you get these good. And thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and thanks for watching. Have a good one. Man, my hands are all greasy, you can't even shut the darn thing off.